What's up, Gato Squad? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Elias, and if you like car content, consider subscribing by hitting the button below. So as you can see behind me, we have the Subaru WRX, so we got a lot of work ahead of us. Right now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be heading to the parts store and picking up that missing axle for the WRX. So let's go and take a little ride, and let's talk about why I'm getting the axle that I'm getting, and then what the plans are after I get the axle. Let's go! Alright guys, so we are on our way to the Napa Auto Parts store. Now this is the closest auto parts store that I have to my house. It's about a 20-25 minute drive, which is pretty good considering. Now, the reason I'm going with Napa Auto Store branded axle is because, like I've said in the previous video, it's very difficult to find a remanufactured, good, working Subaru axle. I've gone around to different Subaru dealerships, I've called around, and unfortunately they just don't have them in stock for the WRX. They always keep saying, oh, we have them for the non-turbocharged models, but for the turbocharged models, you have to buy a new one. Well, I'm not willing to pay $500 for a new axle. I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a Napa branded axle, and I've heard positives and negatives. It is manufactured by Cardone. They're not a bad manufacturer by any means, but it's not going to be quite as good as the regular OEM Subaru axle. So the good part about this is that it is a lifetime warranty on these axles. So if it goes bad, I just go back and get a new one. Not a big deal, not hard to do. And since it's so easy for me to change that axle, I could probably do it in 15 minutes, 20 minutes if I'm rushing. So, you know, if it breaks in a year down the line, it doesn't really matter that much. There we go. We got our axle from Napa Auto Parts. Here it is. Perfect. Alright guys, so we got the axle, but it's barely 4 o'clock and we're basically out of light. Now you can't see through the camera because this camera is amazing at low light, but we're really running out of light. Maybe have half an hour to an hour left, so I really gotta hurry up, get this done. In the meantime, I'm also gonna bring out a floodlight and basically any kind of light that I have inside the garage. I also have the heater going in the garage. It's cold because tomorrow supposed to get about a foot of snow. It's gonna be in the teens, like 15 degrees Fahrenheit. That's extremely cold, and I'm not looking forward to it, so I gotta get this done as fast as possible. So let's go ahead and get her done. All right guys, so I just finished unboxing the axle. It's got everything we need. It's got a new axle nut. It's got a little pin right there. And yeah, it's pretty much ready to go, so let's put it right in. Hopefully it's quick and easy. It's gonna be a little bit wet and cold, but it is what it is. All right, as we can see there, the pin is in. Should be the hardest part. Look at it right there. Pretty easy to do. Just line it up correctly, slide the thing all the way in, and then hammer the pin back in, just the way it came out. All right, let's put the rest of it back together. As you can see, we're completely out of light, so we're functioning on flashlight and spotlight alone. Take that off. We have a brand new axle nut. Very good. Put that there. So slide this in. Easier said than done, right? And that's it, it's in. Let's put all the bolts back together and this should be done. Now, a couple of things. When you're putting the axle back into your back hub back there, be very careful with some rubber pieces back here. Otherwise, if you ding those up, you're going to be putting in a wheel bearing very soon in this car. Hopefully, The wheel bearing is good. I made sure the rubber pieces were not touched, so they are good to go. And then when you tighten this, it's 137 foot-pounds. You can use the impact gun, but be very careful not to over tighten this. Very important not to over tighten this, otherwise you again are going to mess up the wheel hub, the wheel bearing in there. And I don't want to do another job just because I did something wrong. So we're going to use the torque wrench that we have because we have it. So let's get everything on. Alright, so now that it's torqued down as it should, last thing to do is to put a little ding bolt on this here axle nut, and we're good to go. And that's it. There you have it. There's the dimple. Now we are set on for the next part, which is putting these bolts back on. Just 2 more bolts left and we're done, folks. Now I have the 2 bolts, and remember I marked one. So this one goes on top, this goes on the bottom. Alright, we got 1 bolt in. There we go. Top one first seems to be the easier way to do it. Again, hand tighten first. Last thing I want to do is cause any issues with cross threading. Don't want to deal with that. Don't have time to deal with that. Brake line's good. ABS line is good. Everything seems to be very good. We're in the home stretch, folks. Home stretch. Put this bolt back on. Alright guys, that seems to be it. I'll get the wheel back on and we'll turn the car on and go for a little spin. I hooked up the battery, took most of the snow off. Let's see if it'll turn on for me. She lives. Haha. As you can see, car is running. Still got the ABS light, check engine light. I put in about a gallon of gas, but still got very low gas. That's okay. We're not gonna go far. We're just gonna go for a little test drive to make sure everything was on right. go. Nice and smooth. Oh, car feels good. Any crazy clicking sounds because we don't have a crazy broken axle. The alignment nice and straight. Even the clutch feels all right. Really good. Very stable. Yeah, there we go. Turbo feels great. Heel toe is nice and easy. Oh wow, I gotta get this car on the road ASAP. Excellent. Just gotta figure out that check engine light, and we'll figure out that ABS light as well. These headlights gotta go though. Alright guys, I'm really happy I finally got the car to run. Next up, we're gonna get a battery, put that in, and then we're gonna read the codes to see how to fix the ABS and that engine light code. I don't know what that is. We'll figure that out and fix that. We'll get plates on it, and it's gonna be our winter beater. I'm really happy today. I got that done. Got a whole bunch of other stuff done too, but I got that done, which is the main thing. Alright guys, as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.